Sexy Rexy versus Mo Sweetness. Who we got?
You gonna say bye?
I'm going with Mo Sweetness.
Bye, Logan.
Bye, you guys. Bye,
Sweet.
Logan.
Bye.
Hi,
Hi,
Divas.
Divas.
Yes.
Welcome to the Diva discussion. I'm your host, Savannah Below, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Serena Epperson,
Hi.
and our favorite diva, Logan Thomas.
What's up, everybody? How we doing on
We're
this
on.
cold one? It's about 1
It's
p.m.
not
Yeah, it's
cold.
cold.
It feels good out.
It's a little cold outside. Yeah.
I haven't felt the temperature outside, but we are on spring break, so no studio this week.
No.
We'll be back next week.
Yes.
It's like 40 something, so whatever. All right, let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown. We had Randy Orton vow to walk out of WrestleMania with the WWE Undisputed Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Yeah,
nice.
Going
it would
off
be
of
really nice.
his going off his victory at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then Trick came
Drew,
out.
Drew and Cody obviously have the match tonight. Had that match that night. So
Mhm.
who's his opponent? We'll find out later.
Yeah.
Uh, we had Carmelo Hayes defeat El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. from AAA, and he
Mhm.
retained the United States Championship.
That was a really good
And
match.
a story, bruh.
Mhm.
Shit. They
Yeah.
had one with the Miz. That's not a thing anymore. But give my man a fucking story. Good.
Bro, this is stuck now. Not really stuck, but I guess, on SmackDown right now. We obviously had Danhausen over there, and they had a little backstage segment. He's
Mhm.
like, "You're my mentor, or you're cursed." So
Yeah.
this is
That was
kind
really
of
funny.
down
That
there.
was really funny. I
Yeah.
love Dan. I
We
love
had the Irresistible Forces celebrate winning the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, and then got interrupted by Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and then Kiana James and Julia. They were all like, "I'm number one contender. I'm number one contender." Blah, 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 blah.
And then they had a match to decide who the number one contender would be, which was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss beating Julia and Kiana James, making them the number one contenders for the Women's Tag Team
They
Championships.
gonna lose.
Yeah.
Probably, probably.
Give it to Kiana and Julia. Fuck it.
Mhm.
That's
And
what
a
I
fun turn on the men's tag team side. We had Damian Priest and R-Truth win the tag team turmoil match, becoming the number one contenders for the tag team championships against MFT.
Okay, we need to come up with a name for this tag team. D-Truth?
The Webba Truth.
The Wepa Truth.
Hey, they always make stupid ones, so
Yeah.
it's got to sound stupid in some capacity.
Wepa Truth.
Webba Truth.
Yep.
We'll
That's
see
what
what
we're
they name
calling
mean.
them.
themselves on Friday, I
I
guess.
hope neither of those stick. Oh my God.
I
Oh,
like
so
Wepa Truth.
we'll see what they call themselves unless they just go with just Damien and Truth. So we'll see.
Probably.
Um, we had Rhea Ripley inform Jade Cargo that she will take her title with sheer force at WrestleMania.
As she will. She will.
Clock that.
I think she's gonna lose. I think
Shut
Jade
up,
is gonna
Jim.
take the pit. I think Jade's gonna retain.
I don't know.
It's only her second defense, isn't it?
That's if she
Well,
has
this
any.
match is at WrestleMania. She may have
I
another
know.
defense before then, but honestly, at this point, I doubt it.
I'm
So,
like, they don't have a story with Jade. They
no,
don't.
they do not have any
There's
story
no
with her.
story there because the reported match was her and Bianca. Bianca is still actively recovering.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, it would be also a good setup for Rhea and Bianca to have something going on. So,
Hmm.
I don't know.
So either way, whoever wins this match, Bianca's when Bianca comes back, they're taking the
Probably.
title from whoever
Yeah.
that is, whoever
Yeah.
this is.
Oh yeah.
We had Obafemi defeat Johnny Gargano.
He finally woke up. He finally stood up. And then Oba just destroyed him.
Mhm.
I like this Oba where he just like comes out of the blue and just destroys somebody.
Mhm. And then
Poor
to
guy.
end the show, we had Cody Rhodes defeat Drew McIntyre, becoming the new undisputed champion.
How do we
Ugh.
feel about this?
I don't know. I really,
I also don't.
Three-time WWE champion
I'm not
now.
complaining because I like champion Cody, but at the same time, I feel like Drew got the short end of the stick here,
I do
especially
agree.
with
He sure
having,
did.
especially with having to feud with Jacob, I guess, because they
I
didn't
do agree with that.
want it to be for a title.
Yeah.
Which,
I do agree that Drew definitely got the short end of the stick, but honestly, personally for me, I am really excited to see Randy and Cody at Mania.
If Cody doesn't, if Cody wins at Mania, they're gonna boo the fuck out of
I
him.
think they are. I think they are going to boo the fuck out of Cody if he wins.
Unless he turns heel. He has to turn heel.
Oh, if
Mhm.
he, yeah, either Randy or if there's a heel turn, that's all that's gonna matter. There has to be a heel turn at some point. Some point.
Yeah.
If not, it's pretty dumb.
I agree.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about Raw. We had Seth Rollins emerge with a sea of masked men to face General Manager Adam Pearce, resulting in a brawl between the Vision, LA Knight, and the Usos.
There was really a mosh pit of masked men.
Bro, taking my phrase. I said that to you.
I know, I'm sorry. I had to
Yeah,
say it.
it looked like a mosh pit. They
It
kept like moving
really
around.
did. It really did.
It was really
It
interesting.
was
That
so
was kind of
funny.
cool, but then Logan Paul and Austin Theory started talking, and then it's just like, all
But
right,
I'm good.
Hey,
let's
not
talk
too much
about it.
on Austin Theory. No, not too much.
His promos aren't the best, I'm not gonna lie.
Not too much on Austin Theory now.
He's great otherwise, just his promos, eh.
Yeah.
We had Bailey win the gauntlet match, becoming the new number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and will face AJ Lee next week.
For a short
Glad Bailey
amount of
won.
time, I really thought Ivy was gonna win that
Oh yeah, Ivy
because
beat
she took
Io.
out wait,
That's
who
crazy.
huge did she take out? Was it Io?
Io.
Yeah, it was
PNC.
that's what I thought. That was crazy.
Well, it was after Raquel destroyed her, but yeah.
I know, but still, the fact that they had Ivy pin Io,
Yeah, that is still kind of crazy.
wild,
Mm,
wild.
yeah. We had Penta defeat El Grande Americano, not the original, even though it was supposed to be original. He got cursed by Danhausen.
He got cursed
So he beat El Grande Americano, retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Hmm.
as he should.
But I feel like the biggest moment of the night was the Judgment Day betraying Finn Balor with a
Yeah,
brutal
for sure.
attack.
Yes, this was
Finn
crazy.
is finally out of the
Baby
Judgment.
face Finn.
There
Dom versus
no
Demon
more
Finn versus Dom at Mania.
no more original members of the Judgment Day.
No.
Yeah.
I thought that like JD was gonna side with Finn for a second, but then JD just straight up like,
Jay just follows in blind what Dom wants him to do.
yeah, he really does.
Last week, he's the one he just went over and grabbed the bell hammer, and Finn was like, "You gotta let him win by himself." I don't know. I'll bring it up later because we're gonna talk about AAA a little bit later in the show, so I'll bring it up then.
Mhm.
Um, but I also want to make when we get there. We have Obafemi defeating Rusev.
In a very short match.
Yeah, it was short. There
It could
was.
It
have
was
been
way
longer, yeah.
short,
Mhm.
way too short.
Mhm.
Like,
Or Rusev.
I felt really bad for Rusev.
I mean, he had to lose that, but poor Rusev, man.
I
That's
know.
Yep.
It was way too short, and I don't think Rusev got enough good showing out of that match.
Mhm.
nah, he could have done a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, I get it, they want to like showcase Oba to be this huge monster, but like Rusev is also like he's also insane, and that's exactly what they wanted to do with Rusev, but then they just stopped caring about Rusev.
Mhm.
Really hope he doesn't get released within the next year or two, but
Mm,
I don't know. It's not
yeah,
looking too great right
yeah.
now
That
for
match
him.
was I remember texting Savannah right after the bell ring. I said, "Well, that was fast." Like, that was crazy.
And then to end Raw, we had the Usos confront CM Punk about insulting their family and demanding an apology.
Mm-hmm. Crash Out J Uso is so back. I I was very conflicted during this. I was very conflicted, but Punk was
I still don't
Punk
want
ate.
Roman to win at Mania.
Yeah.
That
Punk
hasn't
ate with
changed.
though. Punk ate though.
Hmm.
Really did.
All right, let's talk about Vengeance Day. Had that on Saturday. We had Blake Monroe defeat Jada Parker in a street fight.
Yes.
Great.
So happy.
Those that because it was at the Performance Center too. Those fans were not happy when Blake won. They
No.
wanted Miss Parker to win.
Yeah, she came out with a new theme and she added the Miss Parker chants to her theme. Disgusting. Disgusting. So annoying.
We had Tony D'Angelo defeat Dion Lennox.
This was an insane match. This was actually really good, better than I was expecting. It started out in the parking lot and
Infamous
like,
parking lot.
huh?
The infamous parking lot.
Yeah. And it went through all backstage. Different teams got involved, like OTM got involved. And then other members of Dark State obviously got involved. And then they finally got into the ring. They like busted through that oh, what is it called? Like the thing that like normally like some of this like the wrestlers stand on. And like a lot of the times like they like crash through it. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Hmm.
Yeah. They like busted through that to get to the ring. It was pretty cool. It was crazy. It was actually a really good match.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm looking at something real quick.
Mhm.
We had Tatum Paxley defeat Izzy Dane, becoming the new Women's North American Champion.
They
Sweet.
need more flowers. More flowers need to be handed to Tatum and Izzy for this match.
Damn. So that's she's two-time champ.
She's up
Two.
there with Stephanie for holding both of those championships.
Yes. Wow. Crazy.
She's good. She's good in the ring. Tatum is great. I love Tatum. And I am so glad Tatum won, but they deserve all the flowers
Yeah.
for this match.
Hmm.
All the flowers. And Tatum is getting some hate for being the North American champion.
Womp womp, so bad.
Literally. Yeah.
There's that championship.
She deserves it. She's worked her ass off for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's not like she's like the top girl in NXT either. So it's like, even when she was NXT champ, so I don't get why would she be getting hated on for that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So we had Lola Vice defeat Kalani Jordan in an underground match. She is now 4-0 in underground matches. That is her match for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. She's the underground queen.
Hmm.
Too
And
bad Kalani didn't win, man. Damn. But, it makes sense.
yeah.
All right. And to end the show, we had Joe Hendry defeat Ricky Sainz, retaining the NXT Championship.
Yeah, it's not a shocker.
But that makes us 5-0 on predictions. All three of us 5-0 on predictions for this show.
Wow.
It's
But
crazy.
we're all still tied for the predictions championship.
Yeah.
All tied, I think, at 4,
Does
I believe.
AEW count?
No.
No.
Okay. Well,
We're just asking for your predictions when we get to Revolution.
I
All
Get to
mean,
right,
the
all right.
second. I don't keep up with it enough. I don't think.
I gotcha.
All right. Over on NXT, we had Izzy Dame destroy new North American champion Tatum Paxley, which sets up for their match next week in Houston in a steel cage for the North American Championship.
I'm so excited for it. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
It's gonna be a good. It's already gonna be a good show.
Already. So
At
many good
Vengeance Day,
matchups.
they did announce the triple threat for the women's NXT Championship with JC Jane, Sol Ruka, and Zarya.
Woo, that'll
Sorry,
be a good
JC,
one.
your reign is up on
Yeah, it's
Tuesday.
probably over.
We're because we're nearing less than a month from Stand and Deliver on April 4th.
Oh my
So
gosh, yeah. JC, you're
you're
losing.
done. You're done.
Done. Finally, finally, someone
I just
else
want
is gonna
Zarya
have
to
that
get
title.
it. I want
I'm good
Zarya
with
to get
Zarya
it.
or Soul.
I want
I'm
Zarya
good
to
with
get
Zarya
it.
or Soul.
I think Soul wins, and
Maybe
then Soul and
Zarya.
I think
Zarya
Soul
at
does
Stand and
win in
Deliver.
Zarya, maybe.
Zarya takes it out, Stand and Deliver.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
how.
think they would give Soul that little of a title reign though.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's also true. So I don't know.
I don't
Or maybe they
know.
do. Maybe they do, and then just bring Soul up to main roster.
After Mania.
Yeah.
Ricky had a pretty short title reign as
Yeah.
NXT champion, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
never know.
Tatum. Tatum only had like 20 something days as champion.
That
Yeah.
too.
Who knows? We'll see. I think Zarya deserves it more though.
I do too. She's gotten little to no opportunities
I agree.
compared
Agreed.
to Seoul, especially
Yeah.
last year with being a double champion.
Yeah.
There is only opportunity was literally defending Seoul's championship for her because they wrote that for her, but she's never really had the only title I think she had an opportunity for is the speed title,
Yeah.
and that's basically nothing.
Damn, if Soul wins this, she'll be the first ever NXT Triple Crown Women's Champion.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's true. We had Shawn Legacy and Eli Knight defeat Jasper Troy in a triple threat match, so they both got the pin.
good. Some
Interesting
Jasper
call
Troy.
from the ref, but hey, that sets them up as a tag team now
Yeah.
for this tag team. I think, what is it, like bracket thing they're doing?
Yeah, they're doing like a
Face
bracket. Yeah,
Fanny Project at Stand and Deliver.
yeah.
We'll find out about that. We had Lexis King and Uriah Connors defeat Charlie Dempsey and Tavion Heights because Charlie Dempsey is now with Birthright. We
Mm,
had Fit Finley and William Regal show up to NXT this week.
That was cool. I did see that segment.
Yep. So Birthright is solidifying themselves as a faction to look out for.
hmm.
We had Tony D'Angelo deliver a threat to NXT champion Joe Hendry, saying his phase one's complete with Dark State. Phase two is getting the NXT championship.
Hmm.
Mm. Do we think that's actually gonna happen?
No.
No.
Hmm. Okay.
But I
Good.
don't know. Shawn Michaels, he likes to throw a little curveball, so I could definitely, there could
Yeah.
be something happening there.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. We had Silveruka defeat Lainey Reed.
Yep.
Match, good match. And
Yeah.
then we had Ren Sinclair defeat Thea Hale, heading to Houston to challenge Fallon Henley for the Women's Speed Championship.
I think Ren has a good chance of winning.
She's from Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been making her more featured on NXT weekly.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll
And
talk
they've
about it
been
when
really
we,
pushing her with Kendall Gray too.
yeah.
Like they've been really like it's been great. I
Mm,
love what they're doing with Ren. I'm so glad that Ren is finally being showcased.
yes. And then to end the show, we had Ethan Page and Ricky Saints defeat Miles Bourne and Joe Hendry,
Mm-hmm. And
which
then,
is no good to know that Ethan Page did pin the NXT champion.
Damn.
yeah. And Ricky caught on. He was so excited that they won, and then he finally caught on that Ethan was the one to pin Joe. When their whole plan was Ethan was gonna pin Miles and Ricky was gonna pin Joe.
Mhm. Yep.
So yeah, I think there's gonna be a potential, obviously, another feud with Ethan and Ricky again
Mhm.
coming up.
Then over on Evolve, we had Robert Stone announce that Timothy Thatcher will be the new Evolve general manager. We
Mhm.
had Harlem Lewis defeat Sam Holloway, Harley Briggins defeat Trill London, and then Kendall Gray defeated Tyra May Steele to retain the Women's Evolve Championship.
Mhm.
But after the match, we did see Kendall relinquish the title to officially go to NXT, which
All
makes sense.
time.
Makes sense. All right. That's about all we have for the show. So let's go ahead and talk about some wrestling news.
Real
They're
real
already,
quick too. I'm surprised that Jackson Drake hasn't relinquished his championship either.
it could
Or
be coming
like,
up soon.
huh?
It could be coming up soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. So So far, wrestling news, there already are talks for early WrestleMania plans from numerous sources that I've seen from Fightful, Body Slam. So the matches that already are being talked about are Asuka versus Io Sky, potential to be a triple threat, added Kairi Sane to it.
Hmm.
Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Seems about how they were going to go about that.
Yeah.
Julia versus Tiffany Stratton for the United States Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, and then Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams
All those
are
are for Mania.
discussed. Yes, Romania.
Hmm. I mean, I mean, I like it a little bit. Yeah.
Hmm.
I would just
I don't like
obviously,
Oba and Brock just because I think Brock would win. And then
I
it's like,
know. I don't want Oba to lose.
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think, yeah. You know what? I want Gunther and Brock. So
Brock is going to be
Gunther can
on Raw
retire
this
Brock.
next Monday. This next
Who?
Monday, Brock is going to be on Raw. I
Oh,
don't know. There's no plan for Gunther either, so retirement match.
isn't it gonna be like where we find out who he's facing on Monday? Because I thought I
It
heard
was
that's
like
what the commentator said.
It was like something like, is he gonna find out anyone who wants to step up to the challenge? So maybe
Maybe. Maybe.
It's
we'll
like
see.
Brock is on his way out. He's gonna retire sooner than
Which
later. He
He's on
needs
his way out.
to,
yeah,
yeah.
hopefully sooner.
Hopefully sooner.
All right. We do have a new signing of Nikki Blackheart.
Hmm.
Something to get
She's
excited
so
about.
good. She's friends with our diva, Karen. Um, I've seen some of her matches on like Instagram and YouTube, and she's
Mhm.
great. She's really
Yeah.
great.
And then we did have the newest recruitment class for NXT. So we have Ahmed, Assam, Sammy, Tafiq, Ellen Akeson, Rain Lee, and Delia Schweizer. And
Hmm.
then from bodyslam.net, they kind of gave like a little description of each of these people.
Hmm.
So Tafiq is an Egyptian amateur wrestler who gained WWE's attention from the SummerSlam tryout.
Hmm.
Um, Egerson is a Swedish powerlifting champion and a former arm wrestling champion. Lee was formerly known on the UK indie circuit as Rain Leverkusen, known as the Maiden of Metal, and is a former Progress Women's Champion. And Schweizer is a CrossFit athlete and trainer from Germany, making her the first German-born women's wrestler in the company's history.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
So,
Rain
a lot of
literally looks
potential.
like a China and Rhea had a baby. It's literally what she looks like.
What the heck?
Or Sarah Sherman from SNL.
Yeah.
Her too. But I'm interested to see, especially with Rain, um,
Hmm.
and honestly, Akeson, because just powerlifting champion.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. It's pretty
Yeah.
impressive. All right. And then we have week one of AAA Rey de Reyes.
Hmm.
And there's three matches for that this week. So we have La Parca versus original El Grande Americano versus the other El Grande Americano versus Santos Escobar, because that's where he's at.
Santos is back. Woo!
In a four-way Rey de Reyes tournament final match to determine the number one contender for the AAA Mega Championship.
Hmm.
We have Flamer versus a to be determined opponent in an open challenge for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship. And then we have Dominic Mysterio versus El Hijo del Vikingo in a no disqualification match for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah,
But
man. So it
Oh.
got so many title shots.
opportunities.
El Higo del Vikingo. My
But here's the
gosh.
thing, because it's no disqualification, is Finn gonna show up and cost Dominic?
That could
Maybe.
happen. And he's been
It,
on AAA before. That could
yeah,
happen.
that really could happen.
And
Especially after he beat his ass. So
yeah,
Oh,
if
that
Dominic
really, yeah.
if Dominic loses the title, he can't challenge for it again either. That was a stip like a thing that
Yeah, in
Viking
their contract,
made
yeah.
like in the contract. So there's potential
but
here
they
that
all hate Vikingo
they
now.
all hate
They
Vikingo
hate
now.
him.
Hmm.
I don't
He's
know.
gonna
Maybe
get
they'll make
booed
El
out the
Grande their
building.
new champion. They'll just make Vikingo this transitional champion and make
Please
El
no.
Grande.
Please no.
God, that'd be crazy.
El Grande is so over down there too. Ludwig is.
Ludwig, that version, maybe I can see that, but
He's the one
not
that's over.
Chad,
They don't
bro.
like the Chad Gable version because Ludwig actually brings something to this character other than like
Hmm.
I guess the
Yeah,
silliness.
I
There's some
really like
serious
how Ludwig does
behind
it. I
Ludwig.
really like how he does it.
But yeah, that's gonna be AAA on the 14th. There's a lot happening on the 14th. Which transitioning to that, Logan, what is happening on AEW?
Oh God, a
A lot.
lot.
On well, Dynamite first.
Dynamite. We have John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. They defeated Hechicero and Konosuke Takeshita in a tag team match. And
Hmm.
then the Don Callis family beat down John afterwards and was like
Damn.
setting it up for Konosuke to attack him, but he was like, "No, stop it,"
Mm.
because he wanted to do it on his own, and that's the whole story. He
Hmm.
wants to beat John Moxley by himself, even though he already did that in the Continental Classic. But anyways, Kyle Fletcher and Mike Bailey had a banger match for Kyle Fletcher's TNT Championship, and Kyle retained barely with help from like Okada. And then Brody King, he beat some jobber, and then he got attacked by Swerve in the crowd, and then Swerve tried to choke him, but then Brody broke Swerve's chain, but then
Hmm.
Swerve got out of there and like hurt Brody's hand. And then we had the Dogs, Gabe Kidd and David Finlay. They defeated Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, which with help from that Clark Connors dude. That was a crazy match too. Then we had Willa Nightingale retain her TBS championship against the CMLL world champion, women's world champion Persephone, who I think is on the AEW roster now.
Mm.
When we had Tommaso Ciampa and FTR defeated Mark Briscoe and the Young Bucks in another crazy match. These were all crazy matches in this past episode of AEW. Then Adam Page and MJF had their press conference, and then they had a brawl before their world title match at Revolution. So, good episode overall. The matches were crazy.
Hmm.
I would definitely watch the Fletcher versus Mike Bailey match because those boys were they were going crazy. Cannot lie.
Yeah. What are your predictions for Revolution?
There's like 12 matches for Revolution. It's kind of nuts, but I think two of them are on the 0 hour. So I'm gonna go through, the ones that aren't on the 0 hour. So
Okay.
let's see. We have MJF versus Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match for the World Championship. But if Hangman loses, he can't challenge for the world title again. That's what he set for himself. I'm going with MJF. I don't think he's gonna lose that just yet. Then we have Tekla versus Chris Statlander in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Gonna go with Tekla.
Mm.
Then we have FTR versus the Young Bucks for the tag titles again for like the fourth time. I feel like they're saving the tag titles for Christian and Adam Copeland when they come back. So I say FTR retains. Then we have John Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW Continental Championship, but this time there's no time limits. So it can't end in a time limit draw because that's how it ended last time.
Yeah.
I want to say John, but it could go either way. I'd say like 55% John, 45% Takeshita. I wouldn't be surprised if either or won because they are pushing Takeshita.
Hmm.
They've been doing that. Then we have Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir in a singles match. Everyone is banned from ringside. I think Marina's got this. Marina's going to get the win here because especially because Tony Storm isn't the world champion. So, and I think she's long overdue a pretty big win. So I think Marina will win. Then we have Bandito versus Andrade El Idolo, kind of a random match, but
Yeah.
it'll still be good. Andrade, I think, will take the dub. Um, then we have Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. Woo. Going with Swerve though, because he just beat Kenny Omega. He's on a heel turn. He just started his heel turn and he's going for the world title. So
Mhm.
I think he's gonna win that. And then we also have, yeah, I guess this is gonna be on the main card. Don Callis family, Okada, Davis, and Kyle Fletcher put their trios titles on the line against Mystico, stepping in for Hangman Adam Page in Jet Speed, going with the Don Callis family. Then we have the Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bayne and Lena Cross for the women's tag titles. I think Megan Bayne and Lena Cross win because Willow's putting her title on the line, TBS title on the line earlier that night in Zero Hour against Lena Cross. So I think they're going to lose. She's going to lose one of her belts.
Yeah.
Then we have the Dogs, which are um, Gabe Kidd, David Finlay, Clark Connors versus Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and Roderick Strong in a in just a little trios match. But that should be crazy though.
Hmm.
That's lots of matches. I feel like a couple of these probably could be on the 0 hour too, but I digress. But yeah,
Gotcha.
pretty stacked card either way. Should be a fun one. I think it'll be. Um, I think it's better than the card last year, honestly.
Mhm.
Oh my
All right,
God.
over on TNA, we had the TNA Knockouts World Champion Ariana Grace defeat Jody Threat to retain the TNA Knockouts World Championship. We had the System defeat the Righteous, BDE, and Rich Swann, Sinner and Saint to become the number one contenders to the TNA World Tag Team Championships. We had Alana Black defeat Mara Sade, and TNA X Division Champion Leon Slater defeat Nick Nemeth to retain the X Division Championship.
Yep.
And then for this week's independent promotion, we have Central States Wrestling based in Kansas City, Kansas, not the other one. And on March 14th, it will be Rising Tide in collaboration with Fountain City Pro. And the match card includes champion Blair Onyx versus Shooter Shailin versus Ashlyn Alexander for the CSW Women's Championship. We have Jeremy Wyatt versus All Steel Jay Fowler, Sexy Rexy versus Mo Sweetness
I like that name.
the name. Landon Thomas Drake versus Zay K47. Champion Moonshine Mantell versus Austin Lee for the CSW Championship. Bax versus Ray Leon and Thoroughbreds versus Revolution. And the show starts at 7 p.m.
Love.
But with that being said, thank you for watching. Always thank you to Northern Kentucky University Media Services for providing our studio when we get back next week.
Hmm.
Follow
Spring
us on
break.
Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at Diva Discussion Pod, TikTok at the Diva Discussion, and listen to us on Spotify. Bye,
Bye,
Diva!
Divas.
Sexy Rexy versus Mo Sweetness. Who we got?
You gonna say bye?
I'm going with Mo Sweetness.
Bye, Logan.
Bye, Divas! Bye,
Sweet.
Logan!
Bye.